I want you to keep standing and salute retired Colonel Dr. Kiza Besigye. I want you to hear him. Hello! Where are your phones? Pick your phones. And may you light the phone. And send him that light. He needs that light. He needs that confidence. Hello! Freedom for all. All for freedom. Thank you very much. May you take your seats, please. Dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you this morning to Katonga, the headquarters of freedom fighters. Our DNA is freedom, and our goal is freedom. So freedom for all. All for freedom. We are here to define for ourselves what we must do with this period of campaigns, 2026. And also to understand how this period fits into the long-term objective of why we set up party. This election is only a footnote to the journey for freedom. And I want to thank all of you for choosing to be at the front line, to be the freedom fighters that Uganda so badly needs all over the country. We go into these elections defined as poisonous. That means we are not wanted. And that is coming from none other than the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. This country is not safe. If that can be a statement by a Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, that already defines our responsibility to this country. We go into this election when the Electoral Commission has not presented this country with the right environment to have free and fair elections. But as freedom fighters, we will go to these elections. We have had we have had nominations now for almost all the elected positions except the Member of Parliament. And therefore, we believe we should communicate to the country what we are going to do with these elections. We want to be heard loud and long, what we stand for and what we bring into this politics. As the leader has already indicated to you, we have not presented a presidential candidate. Not because we are short of them. No. But we didn't want to be an obstacle to finding a unifying candidate that we would be supporting in this election. Because this election is a do or die. It's a do or die for the country, not for the people only, but for the entire country. Because so much is at stake. So we are here to tell you that we are presenting every other position except that. But we will be supporting a presidential candidate who will carry our message and who will carry our mission as we work ourselves to be there. We already have an MOU with the Alliance for National Transformation. We have informed the country that we do have that memorandum of understanding. But we are also in deep discussions with the National Unity Platform. The discussions may not have gone previously as we had wanted, but we continue to pursue them. And we believe that we will, at the end of the election, support a candidate that will provide an opportunity for us to have the change that we so badly need. Politics is about organizing society. And so we have chosen in our constitution that we are going to reorganize this country. And that's why it was a big pleasure for us this morning introducing ourselves with our identities. I want to remind you that what we are offering to this country is a new agenda for freedom and the use of our resources. Our biggest problem is the use of our resources. And so, when you look at our constitution, we have decided that we will go back to the entities that negotiated for independence in 1962. And these entities are the regions in which we have been able to introduce ourselves in.
Dear NRM fraternity, I'm Dr. Rosemary Nansubga, the National Mobilizer for NRM. I extend sincere appreciation to you all on behalf of His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the party presidential candidate, the NRM Secretariat, and on my own behalf for the love and support you exhibited when you turned up in big numbers at Kololo after the nomination of our beloved party candidate. Thank you so much indeed. I once again invite you to attend our maiden rally on 30th September in Ruwero. Remember to vote for President Museveni to protect our gains. Long live President Museveni, long live NRM. God bless Uganda, God bless NRM. Dr. Rosemary Nansubga, the National Mobilizer for the NRM party.
Each of the regions is well endowed. And we want to leverage our leadership and our resource sharing as a country in those regions. Karamoja, the land of minerals, will have an opportunity in our government and in our government system to remain with their gold, to remain with their marble, to remain with all the natural resources available in Karamoja. Today, those resources are labeled as Simba cement, Kampala cement, Tororo cement, but no Karamoja cement. And yet, that resource is made in Karamoja. The people of Karamoja have been cheated, made paupers, defined only by cattle rustling. We want to give them back their dignity, to own their resources and use those resources to turn around their region. We are asking the people of Karamoja that their future lies with us at the People's Front for Freedom. The people of Kabale, Chigezi, your iron ore is your wealth, in addition to the others. But let me talk about just that natural resource, the iron ore. I think it has been concessioned or given out to President Ruto. It isn't yours anymore. That resource now cannot benefit the people of Chigezi. It has been shared in the big meetings of East African community. Others are simply transporters. Others are brokers. But that resource needs to be used by the people of Chigezi to give us the next generation of the people of Chigezi that are going to power this country. Buganda. For a long time, Buganda has been told to shut up. To be a Muganda has become a problem for Uganda, and yet that's where we get our name, Uganda. And so we want to give back the dignity of Buganda to Buganda, so that you can manage your human resource, that you can manage your resources. You can even manage the capital. The people of Buganda should not be made to apologize for who they are. You have been forced to apologize for who you are. We in PFF are saying no. We all belong, and let us be rich. Let us celebrate and use our heritage like everybody has to develop their country. We, the people of Busoga, we have powered this country since 1954. For now, the river gives you 3 dams, and yet we remain in darkness. We are saying to the people of Busoga that, listen, we own the biggest resource of this country, and therefore we must take share of it. We don't want to be defined by poverty. We are not poor. We have the human resource, we have the natural resource, and we have the future to make out of these resources. Actually, nobody wants to talk about your oil. You are defined by war. No. The people of Acholi, you own the biggest reserves of oil, and this oil you must partake. And so we welcome you to the People's Front for Freedom, because this election is about how you will manage your resources 2026 and beyond. We are redefining the politics of this country, the organization of this country, and we want you to be part of it. You face the most serious threat because of your land. And we are all aware, in this leadership of the People's Front for Freedom, your biggest resource now is your land. For many of you who haven't been there, I will define it as the prairies. If you remember your geography, actually is the prairies of this country. Big chunks of land being threatened by cattle keepers, defined as Balad. That land of Acholi must be defended. And we, the People's Front for Freedom, are inviting you to join us to defend your land, to defend your dignity, to defend who you are. Now is the beauty of this nation. We share Lake Choga with them. And I know that the best human resource resides in Lamu. But you have also been condemned and defined by the past. We want to break that past. We want you to join us so that we define a new land for you with us. Bunyoro, the land of Kabalega, now defined as the oil place. There is more in Bunyoro than the oil. You are also victims of the oil curse, which will soon visit you if we do not do what we must do in this election to redefine what Bunyoro is and whose resource the oil is. Bugis, the red coffee bean, Arabic. You need to own your mountain. What is left of you now is Kadodi. It's your biggest export. We are inviting you to the People's Front for Freedom to be part of the new Uganda that we want to build on the basis of who we are, who we were, and who we shall be always. Teso. Teso is the land of many things, but largely the land of civilization. The land of civilization, that beauty. There are so many scars in Teso, very many scars. Those scars can only be erased by PFF. We come with clean hands, with a clean heart. And we invite you, Teso, to join the People's Front for Freedom, to define a Uganda. Not a Uganda where everything comes to Kampala, eaten by Kampala, leaving everybody in utter poverty. I am sure you've been treated to the many sins of people carrying food. If a country is food insecure, how can it develop anyway? That the independence ground in